Have you ever wondered, what is the difference between nationalism and patriotism? Well, in this video, we have two stories to show you the differences between these two words. Although you may think that these two words are the same, they really aren't. These two words have two completely different meanings, and we will show you just how different they are. The difference between nationalism and patriotism. To strengthen national unity and identity, for generations, Cambodian leaders have tried to construct or reconstruct nationalist ideas, meaning encouraging people to gain and maintain the nation's self-government, to govern itself from outside obstruction.
In 1863, when French colonization took place in Cambodia, Cambodian nationalists were stressed because the French culture took over.
At this point, Vietnamese farmers and fishermen also moved to Cambodia. The push against Cambodia from Vietnam and France, and later on the Khmer Rouge, caused harmful effects to the nation.
Year 1975 to 1979, when the country was in the grip of Khmer Rouge, under Pol Pot's leadership, not only were Khmer lives taken, but the culture and traditions as well.
That is why now many Cambodians like Dara and Panya have shown devotion and protection to their own people, culture and tradition, and are defensive of these aspects, to not only prevent history from repeating itself, but also to preserve what was left, such as
preserving traditions and religion. Yearly, the two siblings, Dara and Panya, as well as their family, would organize traditional festivals such as Khmer New Year in order to preserve the carefully constructed traditions passed down from their ancestors. For Khmer New Year, they make sure to take this precious tradition to gather with their family, friends, and their community to celebrate their Buddhist tradition. They would celebrate each day out of the 3 days traditionally. The first day, they make offerings to the gods, asking for their blessings. The second day, they spend time with their family by giving gifts to charities, or as simple as having a nice meal together. On the last day, they bathe statues of Buddha and their elders. This is a way to ask for blessings and forgiveness. Over these 3 days, Dara, Panya, and their family would also dress in traditional Khmer clothing to the pagoda, to make offerings to their ancestors and to let them know that they are keeping Khmer tradition alive.
In hope of verifying and glorifying Khmer ancestral art and culture, Dara and Panya created a blog that talks all about the history and origin of Khmer art and culture, such as Angkor Wat, Apsara dance, shadow puppet. They wanted to let it be known internationally that their ancestors proudly designed this culture and have it claimed as their Khmer identity. Therefore, other countries can't claim it as their own.
Dara and Panya have always been passionate about supporting local goods to show their appreciation of Khmer people who put efforts into producing them. They have switched out international products to local Khmer products, like buying handmade kroma, that is a traditional Khmer garment, as well as other fresh food products.
With the pure love they have for their country, sadly there are also internalized dislikes towards the neighboring countries as well. Due to past events in history, Dara and Panya don't like to be associated with Vietnamese or Thai people, with the knowledge that they invaded Cambodia's land and culture too.
Having the nation's pride is the feeling of love, devotion, and sense of attachment to a homeland. This feeling of attachment includes ethnic, culture, political, and historical aspects.
Red has been Dara and Panya's neighbor ever since they were kids. As a kid, Red was very into reading history books, especially the ones about Cambodia. Because of Red's drive and passion for knowledge, he soon learned of the tragedy that his country once faced, therefore giving him a deep sense of sympathy and gave him an even bigger reason to love Cambodia. Because of the way Red feels toward Cambodia, Red tends to want to get more involved with his country and its traditions.
In school, Rud would proudly sing his country's national anthem song and studied hard to learn more about Cambodia history. Rud has also spent hours learning how to write the Khmer script, letters, and learning how to sing and write Khmer poems. He would sometimes teach his younger siblings and cousin how to sing along with him after he finished a poem that he wrote.
Red always shows pride for his country. This way, the country can develop a stronger nation and motivate people around him to show love and respect for what Cambodia has done. So growing up, he decided he wanted to serve in the military for his beloved country. His parents were so proud of him knowing that their son will represent their country and that there is someone who is passionate and willing to serve and fight for Cambodia.